Okay, this is a 95 Polaris Magnum 425 that has the gear selector here, and it's got the transmission switch that goes into the gear selector. And I know there's a number of Polaris bikes in that date range that use this same system, and it's apparently a problem, has been a problem with this. In other words, what happens is you have your gear selector, you put it in gear, and even though it's in gear, your all-wheel drive doesn't turn on. And you'll see here, if I look up a little higher and I press forward on the gear selector, the all-wheel drive comes on. But the second I let go, it turns off. And that's because inside here it's worn out. You know, you can see all that extra free play that's here. And that's causing the problem. And so what I did is took apart this switch and figured out which wire was hot while the light was, on, kind of like this, which one, gained 12 volts. And that happened to be the grand white wire. So what I did is I came over onto this side. This is your, wiring harness, and you locate the wires that come down from that switch, and that happens to be here. Also, it should be noted on mine, at least, somebody before me, there's a yellow wire that comes out of the switch. I mean, you can see that there's yellow right there. And what they did is they tied the yellow to the gray and white. I'm thinking maybe the terminal, on here, this yellow was broken from the back and they had to, I don't know, figure something out there. But anyway, so what you do to bypass that transmission switch is you look at your harness that comes out of there and locate your gray and white wire, which is this one, okay? Unplug it from the board, the gray and white, and then just come up here and plug it back in to the red and white, maybe. Okay, plug that into the red and white, and what that does is it gives it power all the time, okay? Well, all the time when the button is pressed. So now if we look, okay, button is off, light is off, even though we're in gear, right? Okay, key is on. We push the switch on. Now we have all-wheel drive, and it doesn't really matter if it's in gear. I don't even in neutral it still says it's an all-wheel drive. I don't know if that's a negative thing or not, but whatever. It's better than not having all-wheel drive at all. And then of course in reverse, your reverse light kicks on, but it still works. So okay. And I don't think that this interferes with the override buttons or anything like that. So let's test it. I'm going to start it up and then kick it into gear and see if we get all four tires turning. So we're started up. All-wheel drive light is on. Back tires. Okay. Hang on, I got to lift my jack up a little bit. I got a little bit of a fluid leak, and so it very slowly drops. Okay, so let's start that up. Okay, back tires, and front tires are working. Turn off all-wheel drive. Back tires. Front tires are free spinning, just like they're supposed to. So that's just a pretty simple, straightforward bypass of that transmission switch right there. If yours is worn out like mine is, and you still want to be able to have that all-wheel drive function, just bypass that switch by taking the gray and white wire that comes out of this button here and reroute it over to the red and white slot on the terminal board, because red and white is basically powered when the key is on. So yeah, there you have it. Hope that works for you. Bye.